Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived in a village near a forest. Whenever she went out, the little girl wore a Red Riding cloak, so everyone in the village called her Little Red Riding Hood. One morning, Little Red Riding Hood asked her mother if she could visit her grandmother, as it had been a while since they'd seen each other.
That's a good idea,
Her mother said. So they packed a nice basket for Little Red Riding Hood to take to her grandmother.
The basket was ready. The little girl put on her red cloak and kissed her mother goodbye.
Remember, go straight to Grandma's house. Don't dawdle along the way, and please don't talk to strangers.
Don't worry, Mommy, I'll be careful.
Okay, give me a kiss, baby love.
But when Little Red Riding Hood noticed some lovely flowers in the woods, she forgot her promise to her mother. She picked a few, watched the butterflies flirt a while, listened to the frogs croaking, and then picked a few more. Little Red Riding Hood was enjoying the warm summer day so much that she didn't notice a dark shadow approaching out of the forest behind her. Suddenly, the wolf appeared beside her.
What are you doing out here, my little girl?
I'm going to my grandma near the woods around the block.
Then she realized how late she was and quickly excused herself, rushing down the path to her grandma's house. The wolf, in the meantime, took a shortcut. The wolf, a little out of breath from running, arrived at Grandma's house and knocked lightly at the door.
Come in. I thought something bad happened to you in the forest.
Thinking that the knock was her granddaughter, the wolf let himself in. Poor Granny didn't have time to say another word before the wolf gobbled her up. The wolf let out a satisfied burp and then poked through Granny's wardrobe to find a nightgown that he liked. He added a frilly sleeping cap and for good measure dabbed some of Granny's perfume behind his pointy ears. A few minutes later, Red Riding Hood knocked on the door. The wolf jumped into bed and pulled the covers over his nose.
Who is it?
It's you, Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh, how lovely. Do come in, my dear. Oh, I just have a touch of cold.
Almost too late, Little Red Riding Hood realized that the person in the bed was not her grandmother but a hungry wolf.
It's time to eat you, my dear.
Through the door, shouting, "Help, Wood!" As loud as she could. A woman as she was chopping logs nearby, heard the cry, ran towards the cottage as fast as he could. He grabbed the wolf, made him spit out the grandmother, and rolled the brutal faster by the whole experience that she without peace.
I'm so thirsty. I will never speak to strangers or drown in the forest again.
There, child. You've learned an important lesson. Thank goodness you shouted loud enough for this kind woodman to hear you.
The woodsman knocked out the wolf and carried him deep into the forest where he couldn't bother people any longer. Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother had a nice lunch and a long chat.
Is it any more together?
Okay? Okay.
Mommy!
Remember, don't,
Yun na, yun.
Hindi siya matakot, tawag.
Kakainin mo yung isa. Hindi yung bata.
Ay, ikaw pa!
Inover niya.